Sophie's screaming could be heard down the street, everyone's jaws dropped as Liz just froze, and Gino, well, he may have sabotaged himself completely. It all started with the tension no one could ignore. Sophie, fiery and unfiltered, has been walking a tightrope between honesty and explosive outbursts. Pedro, on the other hand, has been trying, and failing, to navigate her moods while also dealing with his own immaturity. But TLC didn't just capture the fights, they magnified every micro-expression, every hesitation, every tiny reaction to make us question, who's really in the wrong here?
Fans on Reddit were quick to point out how Sophie's anger wasn't random, it was years of miscommunication bubbling over. And while Sophie exploded at Liz, it wasn't just about Liz, it was about trust, respect, and the constant pressure Pedro and Sophie face on the K1 Visa roller coaster. Viewers are split. Is Sophie overreacting, or is she finally refusing to be walked over? Meanwhile, Gino, bless his heart, is doing the exact opposite of learning from past mistakes. He's trying to rebuild with Natalie, but every move he makes seems calculated yet self-destructive. From misplaced texts to awkward confrontations, it's like he's his own worst enemy. And TLC's editing? Don't even get me started. Clips are chopped, reactions slowed, and you can literally feel your heart racing as you watch him fumble. Now, Liz enters the mix. Her cancer diagnosis has been a subtle but powerful undercurrent this season. You can see the vulnerability in every glance, every soft-spoken word. But instead of offering support, the social dynamics around her, Sophie, Julia, and the rest, create tension that feels almost unbearable. Liz's struggle isn't just about dating, it's about self-esteem, fear of rejection, and the relentless spotlight TLC puts on her life. Fans watching this episode are saying Liz deserves better, and honestly, who can blame them? Back to Sophie, her confrontation with Liz wasn't just a random blow-up. It highlighted how friendships and romantic entanglements are deeply intertwined in this show. When Sophie yells, she's also screaming at the failures of the group to communicate, to respect boundaries, and to hold themselves accountable. And the viewers, they're noticing every microaggression and every misstep. Reddit threads exploded within hours, dissecting body language, editing tricks, and even potential off-camera conflicts that TLC may never show. Pedro's role here is crucial. He's caught in the middle of Sophie's storm and the family pressure that comes with K-1 visa requirements. Immigration timelines, financial obligations, and family expectations collide, and Pedro struggles to balance his loyalty with self-preservation. It's almost tragic, like watching someone trying to walk on a tightrope while the wind keeps shifting directions. And Sophie, of course, isn't just a spectator, she's actively testing whether Pedro can handle the heat or if he'll crumble under it. And let's talk Gino again because, wow. He tries to rebuild with Natalie after past deceptions, but every gesture seems half-hearted or poorly timed. It's like he's trying to prove he's changed, but the universe, or maybe TLC, is not letting him. TikTok clips of his awkward attempts have already gone viral, with fans debating whether he's clueless, careless, or secretly manipulative. One comment I saw said, "Gino isn't sabotaging Natalie, he's sabotaging himself." And honestly, that's the truth. Amid all this chaos, TLC editing continues to pull strings. Slow pans, lingering reaction shots, and selective confessional clips make every argument more dramatic. Sophie yelling at Liz isn't just loud, it's framed to make you feel the tension in your own living room. Pedro fidgeting, Gino over-explaining, Liz hesitating, they turn ordinary conversations into heart-pounding drama. Yet beneath the theatrics, there are deeper issues at play. Trust is fragile, honesty is selective, and culture clashes, yes, sometimes hilarious, sometimes heartbreaking, reveal how differently each couple navigates love under pressure. Gino and Natalie's differences in family expectations, finances, and even communication styles create a perfect storm. Sophie and Pedro's misalignment on life goals and emotional maturity keeps spiraling out of control. And Liz, she's caught between wanting love and protecting herself, a balance that no one else seems capable of respecting. Even friendships aren't safe. Sophie, Liz, and Julia have a dynamic that's volatile at best. Loyalty clashes with rivalry, emotional support competes with envy. And TLC knows how to highlight every subtle jab, every side eye, every tense pause. Fans notice the editing tricks, but the emotions feel real and raw. Now, let's talk the hidden details, the ones TLC doesn't broadcast in full. Sources on TikTok and Reddit hint at off-camera conversations that paint a more complete picture. Sophie wasn't just angry at Liz, she was angry at the underlying patterns of avoidance and blame that have plagued their group. Gino's self-sabotage, partly performance anxiety, partly unresolved guilt over past mistakes. And Liz's hesitation, partly fear, partly self-preservation, partly trauma from previous relationships compounded by her health battle. There's also the financial angle, classic K1 visa pressure. Pedro and Sophie are not just dealing with emotions, they're navigating immigration costs, living expenses, and future uncertainty. Gino and Natalie face similar stress, compounded by Gino's past financial dishonesty. These pressures amplify every minor conflict into a major blow-up. And TLC's cameras? They love it. By the end of the episode, the tension hits a fever pitch. Sophie's outburst leaves Liz stunned, Pedro overwhelmed, and fans divided. Gino's missteps cost him credibility with Natalie again, making it clear that some mistakes are harder to fix than others. And the hidden truth, beneath the shouting, the tears, and the dramatic edits, every single relationship is teetering on the edge, not just because of romantic incompatibility, but because communication, accountability, and trust were never fully established. Soft subscribe moment. If you want all the behind-the-scenes insights, TikTok leaks, Reddit breakdowns, and TLC secrets you won't see anywhere else, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss the next episode when tensions escalate even further. And here's the kicker, the polarizing moment that will have fans talking for weeks. Sophie's explosion was both justified and destructive. Gino's self-sabotage was heartbreaking but avoidable. Liz's vulnerability exposed deeper emotional truths. And Pedro, he's caught between growth and collapse. In other words, no one walks away clean. So, what do you think? Was Sophie right to snap at Liz, or did she cross a line that can't be repaired? And is Gino's downfall a result of true immaturity, or is he just trapped in a system that TLC thrives on? Comment below with your take because this episode isn't just drama, it's a lesson in love, trust, and consequences under the unforgiving lens of reality TV.
Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe Daniel John Updates YouTube channel for more update news.